Mention the name Sidney Torres and the nicknames like the Trash Man may come to mind, or you might remember his fight to reduce crime in the French Quarter this year. Torres is a multi-million entrepreneur, but that's now not how he started. In tonight's 12 for the Road, he shares his life story with Bill Capo, from being fired to sweeping floors to building Caribbean resorts. But the interview went to the dog.
I get more comments about the dog and where's the dog than, you know, what new project are you working on? I'm like, this is crazy.
Sidney Torres is a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, but the real star of this show is his best friend, Callie, the golden retriever, who hung out with us during the entire interview, making herself the friendly center of attention.
She goes everywhere. She goes on the plane. She has room service at the hotel. She goes on the surfboard at the when we're on vacation.
Sidney's family is well known in St. Bernard Parish politics, back to his great-grandfather Sidney's time.
The Isleños came over from the Canary Islands, so they were trappers and farmers, and they came over, and you know, my family settled in St. Bernard Parish, and they got heavily involved in the political side down there.
That early exposure to politics was crucial for young Sidney.
It was fun, it was interesting, it taught me a lot, and I think it's helped me through my business career in a lot of ways.
Would you have ever believed you would become what you are now?
Not at all. Not at all. I never ever felt like, oh, I'm going to be successful.
Early on, he decided not to be a lawyer.
I didn't go to college except for a couple of weeks.
Sidney decided to get into the music business and went to work for rock star Lenny Kravitz.
I was his personal assistant, but basically I was like, go get this, go get that. He needed a toothbrush, I'd go get a toothbrush, you know, basically whatever he asked me for.
Torres made great music world connections, but says when he started to act like a rock star himself, the boss was not happy.
When Lenny fired me, I was angry. I was mad at him. But the truth is, I should have been mad at myself. And it took me about 6 months to 8 months to realize that. Torres
and Kravitz are still friends, and the experience of being fired helped him be a better employer. But what he did next was dictated by a childhood affliction.
You know, I'm dyslexic, and
I didn't know.
Yeah, and I've struggled in school coming up.
His struggles learning to read led teachers to put him in a special ed class, a segregation he calls horrifying.
For me, it was very difficult going through that, but I was able to push through that and come out of that where I was learning that maybe if I work harder physically, that will bring me to where I need to go.
So when the Lenny Kravitz job ended, Sidney went to work for a contractor.
I was cleaning the floors. I would sweep the floor of the job site when it was ready to turn over to the owner.
Before long, he was a supervisor.
I would stay late every night. I would go the extra mile. I'd wash the windows. I would, whatever it took to show that I was committed.
But he became an entrepreneur when he got a contractor's license and, with a financial guarantee from his grandmother, bought this Carrollton area house in 1998 and turned it into a moneymaker.
I went and bought the house. I worked through Thanksgiving. I worked through Christmas because I was working my other job. It was like a drug. It was like I was addicted to it. You know, I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more.
Restoring real estate became his career, including some small French Quarter hotels. 2 days after Hurricane Katrina, he was asked to house first responders.
He called me and he says, listen, I have friends in the U.S. Marshal. They're sleeping in their car. They haven't bathed in days.
So Sidney opened his hotels to them, having to buy generators for power, truck in fresh water, and he rented a garbage truck that he drove himself.
Started getting phone calls, people saying, hey, we need help. Can you help us with our trash? And that's how it started. Started with one truck. Then from one truck went to 150 trucks and a lot of employees within 7 years. And that's how the garbage business got started.
He's still known as the Trash Man, but now he calls himself a serial entrepreneur. His projects ranging from Caribbean resorts to a major development in Mid-City.
I work every day, 7 days a week. You know, I'm constantly on the phone. I'm constantly, you know, returning emails and going to job sites.
He invests millions in projects, saying he makes decisions based on his heart and his gut.
How does it help the community? What are the benefits from the completion of this project?
And he's very proud of his investment in the campaign to fight crime in the French Quarter.
I'm a fighter. I mean, and not in a fighter like, oh, I just want to fight people. If it's something that I believe in and it's something that I know should be changed, I'm going to go all the way with it.
For 12 for the Road, Sidney Torres made a favorite Italian coffee drink called affogato.
You like coffee?
I love coffee and I love ice cream.
So this is kind of the perfect storm.
Well, I think it's great because it's kind of like a drink, but it's also like a dessert.
So go ahead, make it for us.
Okay, it's pretty simple. So you just take 1 scoop, then we take this right here and we're gonna make a shot of espresso. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna take a little sprinkle of ginger snaps and we're gonna sprinkle it across the ice cream while it's still hard. The ice cream's hard. Then we're gonna take the dark salted chocolate.
You just broke it up into small pieces.
Break it up into small pieces. I'm gonna drop 2 in here into the hot espresso because it's hot and it melts. And then we're gonna just pour it onto on top of the ice cream. We take a little bit of this whipped cream. Cals, you want some?
I knew she was wet.
She got some. She's got it on her nose. And a little bit of this on the top.
Tomorrow night, the artist known by one name, Frenchie, talks about how he paints so fast.
A toast.
Let's toast for everyone to have a blessed Christmas holiday season.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I'm Bill Capo, Eyewitness News.